because I had the wrong window? 5. Oh no, it did. It was just really slow. Ah, that was a weird cold open. Hi chat. We're back. And my hotkeys are apparently being really laggy. We have just defeated a murderer of crows. And
Defeated is a strong word.
overcome. The reward was the stat that I got was the stat block that I got was that 2 coins was the reward for overcoming. So you overcame them. They're now suitably hidden in the trees, especially seeing as Elsana fucking cut one in half with an axe. So yeah. The willow camp is no longer adorned by blackened feathers, or rather, not ones that are like attached to birds. There's probably a bunch of feathers here because of like birds shedding
Chopping
feathers.
a bird in half.
Yeah, also that.
Shall we make camp?
Sounds good.
Sounds like you're the one leading the camp, Cammy.
Has everyone got a ration?
Yes.
Yep.
Have we got plenty of time left in the day?
Yes, you do.
Cool, so we get +2.
Awesome, nicely done.
Just as a side note, Elsana offers the corpse, well, the two halves of the corpse of the crow to Anri. Just you seem to collect these.
I thought you were going to say we could use them as rations.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I mean, possibly, but
that's what Elsana's on the magic trend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put that.
And I feel slightly responsible for the whole like zombie golem shattering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll put that in a jar. I'll note that down, that Henri the frog stuffs a large corvid in a jar.
Yep. Cool. All right. So yeah, you got +2 on your camping check. Okay. 9 is 1 camp action for each person.
Can't help, can they?
Yes, people can help. Yes.
Because it's
They
getting
they just have to say how they help.
I can help by lighting a fire.
That is really good helpful. So you can re-roll the 2 if you want, Cammy. It's not going to get any worse. Yeah, it's still a 7 to 9. So
what is going on?
The game wants you to die.
So we can tend our wounds, share a story, consume an appropriate resource, rest, or scavenge.
Mm-hmm.
I should mention that as everybody is making camp, Bells has got her elementals singing chanting mantras of brook and springs, so everybody gains 1d6 HP. That's my heritage ability.
Wow.
Yep, very good. So yeah, like even if you are scavenging, you're still going to feel healed and restored by it. So
I would like to use up 1 use of my adventuring gear to drink some technically medicinal alcohol and get rid of my constitution debility.
Yep. I think I'm just gonna change that thing so that if you use up a use of adventuring gear, or an appropriate supplies, like then that's fine, because it's like there's always something in adventuring gear. In Jeremy's, I think it's Jeremy Strandberg is his name. In his version of things, adventuring gear is just called supplies, like. But yeah, cool,
We
awesome.
can only remove one debility, can't we?
With an action, yeah, with one camp action. If you had 2 camp actions, you could remove 2.
Every time we say that, it's one word in my head: camp action. I am going to kind of. Can I use the action of kind of collecting myself and my corpses to remove a debility?
As long as
In
you,
that,
as long as you
in
use
the-
up an appropriate resource.
in that I've, lost half of a corpse worth of stuff, and so I'll use the other half of a corpse to put. I don't know.
If you're
I don't know.
if you're taking one of your canopic jar's contents and using that I'll allow that.
Okay, cool.
So the contents of a canopic jar would count for you.
Yep. So Arnie kind of mutters stuff about Horu to herself while putting all her gear in a pile and using the leftover bits from the not motorbike lizard folk to repair the motorbike lizard folk to reassemble her assistant so no one has to carry her gear.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a good plan. I thought you were going to get one of your canopic jars, and like one of the contents of one of your like half canopic full jars, and like mush it up into a paste and just slime it all over you. But that
would be if I was trying to make myself less dried out, but I'm trying to like clear my mind.
Yep, that makes sense.
Trying to
Yep.
like focus on my profession.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, and Elsana's just going to rest and take one forward.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Given that we have a fire, I would like to stare into the fire, looking for answers as to our current situation.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing. Does that do that triggers discern realities for you, doesn't it?
Lore of Flame. It's
How
a
does-
specific move.
Yeah. Can you ping it?
When you stare into a source of fire looking for answers, roll. On a hit, the GM will tell you something new and interesting about the current situation.
What's the current situation that you're thinking about?
Why the heck there's a giant murder of crows around?
Oh, because adventurers camp here often and leave like remnants and specks of food, and sometimes like shinies that they like, and then they've worked out that if they attack adventurers, then they get even more.
So in other words, we need to stop littering.
They're just very clever, right? They just were like, oh, this is a place, this is a good like this is a good scavenging ground, and then they worked out, oh, there's a lot of us, we're actually like, yeah. I think you probably also know that they're territorial. This will probably be their territory, like, unless they're really properly scared off, like they'll be like, nope, this is our place now, which is why they haven't left the trees above you.
I would like to curse the crows to make them leave because this is our safe campground.
Yeah, sure.
What do we want to curse the crows with? It has to be something kind of...
Fear?
Fuck off, crows.
I need to stop drinking.
Yeah, I would like to be curse this area with a kind of foreboding sense, like a kind of a spooky anti-animal sense. So adventurers will like feel it, like, ugh, something's not right here, but animals will just fuck off.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing, because animals tend to be more in touch
Yeah.
with that. Yep.
Yep, okay.
Can I just ask what happens if this goes catastrophically wrong?
It can't.
It's true. She doesn't have to roll for it.
Oh, okay.
It just will require something of me. You see the move in the
Yeah, I
chat
see
thing?
it. I'm reading it. Do you want this to be it's easier to scare them off, or do you want this to be they don't want to come here at all in the first place?
They're uncomfortable here. Like they're not. They might hang around when nobody's here, but as soon as something changes, they're like wah and go away. So it's
You need blood and feathers of a larger of like a bird of a bird that is like larger, or a bird-like thing that is larger than the crows.
if only I had the amalgamation ability.
And not like a zombie that you've constructed.
Can I use a magic skull?
I mean, that's going to be more scary to people.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on the lookout for giant birds.
Oh, hold on. Wasn't it just a bigger thing than the crows that has feathers
And blood.
and blood?
Correct. Yes.
That's more than just big birds.
Please don't
That
tell me you're thinking of
weird
that.
serpent thing.
Oh no. That did not look like something we
I'm
could
not-
kill.
I'm not saying that particular thing. I'm just saying that's an example of the kind of thing we could harvest.
Yep.
We could
Definitely would
turn
work.
that. I mean, a turkey fits the category.
Yes.
Or-
a chicken
or
a chicken does not, because so I want to make a point here. A chicken, while larger than a crow, is not the next size category up, so it doesn't count. So I'm meaning like a size category larger, at least.
Doesn't one of the other characters have a cassowary?
Yes, and also Ro has feathers.
Mm-hmm.
I did know that.
I don't support this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The
I will
amount
come
of,
back
you
to
know
that
that the amount
curse.
of blood you need, it would be hard for the thing to survive that amount of blood. Just,
That's okay. I'm a doctor. So the curse won't take effect until I bring some blood back here. Some blood and feathers.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we camp.
I mean, like, you will need to come back with the feathers and the blood. You know how to do the curse,
Yes.
but you will need those things to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, you're.
Shall we lead on?
Bells is going to lead the group in a prayer focusing on Elsana, and going through various. Well, I mean, she's not saying it, but like her various spirits are intoning the chants dedicated to the different wardens, trying to see if there's one that Elsana knows.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to share a moment. How does that put?
Yeah,
Share a story, secret, or moment with another character. They mark XP.
Trying to work out like if you follow a warden or not.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that's how my character works. Like how my class works.
It's not a question of class. It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
It's not a question of
It's more like
class. It's a question
religion,
of
sort of.
character.
yeah.
Oh right. Okay. No, I don't think Elsana follows religion at all.
Just a stone cold
Just-
bitch.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Bells, when she realized this, will like put a hand on Elsana's shoulder and just look really sad.
Elsana physically flinches at this and moves away. And your hand feels ice cold to the touch, like uncomfortably cold.
Cool, there's ice.
Oh, buddy. All right. Well, Elsana, you get an XP. If you already spent your camp action, didn't you?
Yeah. I was gonna rest soundly and take one forward.
Cool.
Forward.
Yeah, but you're definitely not reciprocating on this like moment sharing. So, yeah, you take an XP.
I'm sorry, Darren. It's just not my character.
No, I needed a camp action, and I
no, it's a good one.
Think of another one. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, there's also the thing of like, you've actually learned like a fair bit about Elsana as well, because like which is cool.
Yep, extremely cool.
All right. Cool. Let's the night falls in around you like an indigo mist. And in the morning there is the sound of like the morning frog croaking from the direction of the swamp.
Does Henri feel compelled to frog?
I mean, they're like your natural instincts definitely indicate that like mornings and evenings are the time for singing.
I think she suppresses that urge.
Okay. Cool.
Being a frog is hard.
Yep. What do you do once the sun makes its first forays into the dappled light of the willow?
We gotta go talk to the big eel man.
Cool. Sounds like you're setting out on a dangerous journey.
I'm just trying to find the thing about the eel angel.
Under outsiders and notable figures, Morthaman, eel angel demigod of the Kobold village.
That's very good cataloging. Cool. Shall I lead the charge again?
You've been
sure. Also, while we're here, if we have time, maybe we can look for the screaming undead corpse of our former companion Malcolm, or I guess Henri's former companion.
If they feel compelled to, they'll show up, I'm sure.
What? Wait, didn't Malcolm get turned to? What happened?
I tried to animate Malcolm, and their corpse just fucked off.
Oh, that's right. Their corpse ran off screaming. That's right. I remember now. Yep.
Okay, so I'm rolling with intelligence because I've got a map, and I'm rolling with +1 because I've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Do you want to overcome a danger and make progress, or make a discovery?
I think I would like to overcome a danger again. Is that okay?
In which case, you definitely hear screaming. It's gotta be that, right?
Screaming, I think, puts a bit of too much definition in it. It's like
it's just vocalization.
It's coming out of an open larynx. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's air through an open larynx.
And
Darren says no. Darren says too descriptive.
No, I'm fine. Just oh god, that's gross.
Yep. Also remember to like red card if you need to. Yeah. I think you hear it, right? That and then like as you're traveling, you spot the like mangled corpse of Malcolm up in a tree, as if it's been like hanging partially from a tree, like a foot or two off the ground, as if it's been like tossed there, and yeah, just like continually breathing in and out and making this like awful scream, like vocalization noise, like a broken bagpipe, and like one arm appears to be like, because he still had like arms, didn't he?
It was a whole corpse, yes.
Yeah. In which case, yeah. That one arm appears to be like broken. He's suspended by a piece of like branch that has gone like through his pelvis, and so he's like hanging off of his hip bone. But yeah. So upside down, trying to like scramble at something, trying to like arms are like scrambling to try and find something around, and you notice that that there are these like shiny like baubles or something, all like that, like just are coating the like furthest away foot, the foot that's up in the air. There's all of these like, yeah, there's like all these baubles of that are like an inch in diameter, in like reds and oranges, that look like they might be like gems or something.
If only I could use gifts right now. I'd just 100% go to Mad Max, like, that's bait. I'm just gonna stand there and be like, this makes the top 10 weirdest things I've seen.
This week, or
yeah,
if
this
we
week.
could get I could use that if we can get it down to like get my property back. The property is a strong word. Sorry for saying people's bodies is property.
Can you unscream it?
It'll stop screaming once you. If I had succeeded in its in the animating, it would have 3 points of power, and each time it takes damage, it takes a point of power off. And so, if we manage to out damage that arbitrary set of power that Ashton now has decision over, then it will stop screaming. Like its necromantic energies will fade. Arnery explains in not metagaming terms.
I think one of the spirits that has multiple branching heads, like one of those conjoined snakes, like pushes its way out towards Henri and says, "The lady thinks we should put it to rest. It is clearly in pain."
It's a corpse. It's not in. It doesn't feel pain. It hasn't got a. As far as Henri knows, it's not animated with a soul or anything. It's animated by like the ambient magic of Horu.
Then why is it screaming?
Because it's got a hole in its neck. Although it shouldn't be breathing.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely like lungs are like a diaphragm is moving lungs. Also, it appears to have like one of those red baubles inside its lip.
Can I try to look for anything in the ground or trees around it that look suspiciously like traps?
Discern realities? Yes, you can. Yeah, do you want to ask some questions?
Wow, nice.
What happened here recently?
This thing was thrown into the air and impaled on the tree.
Yeah, okay, that was a bit of a gimme.
Thrown, not
thrown.
like trapped up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yep.
What here is not what it appears to be.
Those aren't gems. They're some kind of organic thing, like fruits or similar.
Bugs.
Corpse fruits.
Definitely not bugs. Not animate. More like fruit.
What should I be on the lookout for?
It's since y'all have been talking, it's now like swinging its arms towards the source of the sound, grappling towards you instead of its leg.
So how high off the ground is this?
Also, in spirit of honest, a spirit of fairness, the fruits. Have you ever? You know how plums have like a powdery coating on them, and then they get shiny. The fruits are like that.
So they kind of look like underripe fruit.
Well, like these ones are shiny, but like but I think you spot that some of them are still like have this powder kind of like, coming off them.
So are they shiny or like glowing?
It's Borderland, right? Like very, yeah. I think probably very shiny. You'd have to take them into the dark to like know.
Perhaps iridescent.
Iridescent is a good
So,
word.
Ash, you said that a diaphragm is moving and that's pushing lungs. Is it moving like a person moves a diaphragm, or is it moving more, I don't know, irregularly?
Like a possum in a organ.
Yeah,
by organ,
I
I
think-
mean instrument, not.
Again, maybe like a person having a panic attack, but also maybe like a thing just like something being electrocuted, right? It could be kind of either of those.
How far off the ground is it?
Its head is like its hands can brush the top of the water. Yeah, because it's
Okay.
like there's a like a foot of water, but it can't actually reach the ground with its hands.
Okay, I'm going to take an action, group. I'm going to release the quick clasps on my zombie's backpack, so my gear kind of lets itself to the ground, and I instruct my assistant to pull that out of the tree, please.
Okay, cool. Are you're waiting back here, or are you?
I will wait with my stuff here.
Yep, sure.
So I have the. No, I have a better idea. No, I'll do this because it's funny. So I'm using the assistant move. Yep.
Yeah. The assistant pulls it in half. It falls out of the tree into the water. A cloud of that like white talcum powder just goes and sits in the air for a little bit.
But not on us.
Not on you. But
Can
your assistant is covered in it.
tell the assistant to have a swim.
Mm-hmm. The assistant falls forward into the water.
Now come back to me.
It does so.
Has it still got the stuff on it?
I mean, mostly not.
Good. Problem solved. Do we want half of a Malcolm, or are we moving on?
Is the half still screaming?
Well, you can't hear it because it's just pumping water in and out of like water in and out of lungs. Doesn't make a noise. Larynxes don't work if they're full of water.
Henry dusts her frog hands and helps the assistant put its gear back on.
Elsana's just standing away from all of this and just looking very uneasy and confused. Just, yeah.
We moving on?
How long does it take the white powdery stuff to kind of settle down?
Quite a while, actually, like several minutes. But you can wait that out. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to wait a bit and then pull it out of the water so we can pick it up on the way back to take back to the village.
So
and
okay,
bury.
so when the white powder settles, it settles on the surface of the water. So like if you wander over there, you will have it like caked on, like yeah.
That does not sound ideal.
Waiting for it to disperse across the water will take a longer time.
Okay, I'll just be like, let's just come back this way on the way back so we can give them a proper burial.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Is this the same Malcolm that technically already has a grave in town?
Yeah, because he died.
Yeah, we gave him a grave to honor his spirit, and then I used his corpses are just bits.
You make your way to the kobold village. It appears to be there appears to be some kobolds still hiding out in it, but a lot of it is burned.
Burned.
Yeah. It looks like you know when like in like films and things, people like return to a town, like in Serenity when they return to the place where Shepherd Book is and everything's like been raided, right?
This wasn't me.
Is there
still
evidence of the ghoul gang being here?
What would you be looking for?
I think, knowing the camp previously, I would be looking for.
Does Unri know it?
She's been here before
Yeah.
she was a frog.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's partially related to how she ended up a frog, so.
Okay.
But also, I think it's Beta knowledge that a trade relation was established with the Kobold village, and so now that there's something wrong, I think it's worth saying. Like it's feasible to say we can look for things that we don't expect. So I'm going to discern realities.
That sounds like what I was going to trigger.
What's not right here?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's find out what that looks like. You get a question.
What here is not what it appears to be. What is not just a burnt out village?
I mean, there's still a settlement, right? There are still some who are, especially like in deep near. I think there's like a section of like right near where you met the big eel thing. There is like a fortified small camp of like, you know, half dozen kobolds that are still like, and as soon as they've seen you, they've like hidden.
Is that what is that all that appears to not be?
That's the like, this place looks completely dead. But the fact that there are some still like hiding out here, that's a hidden thing that you've discovered, I think.
Should we call out to Morthamen, the eel angel? Yes? Okay. As in my loudest frog croak, I will call out to Morthamen to ask him what's going on.
You call out, and your froggy croak echoes across the swamp as only a frog echo can. And No reply is found.
Shall we bother the people in the fortified part then?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the person to do it, but I think we should speak with them.
As adventurers tend to do, we will aggressively question the villagers.
So you're gonna climb up into the like last tree that is like their final fortification, and like
Oh, it's in a tree.
I mean this whole place is like knee deep in water.
Knee
Except for
deep
the-
in water, I can manage up a tree. I guess I could frog climb up there.
Yeah.
Are we willing to wait for Arnie to do that?
Yeah, is this the same village that we Fallen has previously been to and may have set a bunch on fire? Okay, Fallen's gonna hang back.
Yeah.
But we got over that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Elsana can help carry Henri.
I think like the trees are kind of built for climbing up and down, but I think it'd still be better just to do it as a frog and then talk to whoever's up there.
Okay.
Would I do it would it be not dangerous to do it as a frog?
Yeah, I think you can just climb up there.
Excellent. Okay, I will do that then.
And if you're not taking if you're just in frog mode, then you're gonna look less threatening. So
Frog mode activate. So yeah, I guess Henri jumps off. Her assistant tells it to stay, and then climbs up the tree like a frog would, and then talks, kind of yells out in a voice louder than a frog should have.
yeah. What do you yell?
Is anyone home?
Yeah, I think a shy an emaciated, shy looking kobold, yeah, like peers out from their hiding place and it's like turns around and it's like a frog.
Yeah, it's a long story. What happened? Where'd everyone go? I thought we had a trade thing with Beta. Why didn't we hear about this?
And they say, some demons shaped like them down there appeared suddenly in our camp. They had with them bottles of flame that they used, and they set the whole place afire. Many fled. Some of us stayed to honor the old one that is sleeping now.
Mothraman is dead?
Mothraman sleeping. Shh. They killed his. They killed his great. They killed the great priest who wakes him and speaks. We know not. We know not how. We know not how to wake him.
What did you do with the priest after the demons left?
They're like, they say, they point up in a tree where there's like a body. There's a bunch of bodies hanging, right? Like, for like sky burial.
Excellent. I would like to climb up there and use a little stick and eat a bit of the priest's brain. So I ask them to identify which one is the priest.
Yeah, I think they point and they're like, and you start climbing up there and they're like, eat deeply, creature of the wild.
I will. So I use the peace of mind move that lets me get an interesting piece of information from the brain of a sentient creature, living or dead.
Right. Can you pop that move for me? Is that a thing you can do? Awesome. An interesting piece of knowledge that the creature possessed. And like you're trying to find out about like how to interact with Morthraman, right?
Correct. Yes.
I think this the you get like a memory of like this priest trying to like hide their sacred oils, which they use which are part of their rituals. Yeah, all of these oils that are and they're trying to hide them, but then one of these people shows up and just like, oh no, we lost Aaron. One of these people shows up and just like throws a fucking Molotov cocktail at them. And then there's fire, and that's the end of the memory.
And do I have a kind of a location for that incident?
No, you don't. You just and you know that those oils would have been like burned with the body, right? Like, either they fell into the waters or they, yeah. But you know that it's like, yeah, ritual oils is the thing that is used because it doesn't, because it specifically will sit on the water rather than combining with it.
Okay.
So if you knew more about Mothraman, you would know what kinds of oils you would probably want, right? Like, but
I was going to return to the shy kobolds and ask them if they knew anything about the oils.
Yeah, you can roll parlay if you've got something to offer them.
I will offer them the return of Mothraman.
All right, let's see a parlay, and then I think we'll take a break so that Darren has an opportunity to return. We'll take a break now, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, see you soon, chat.